Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the European Crossover webinar. And I know that we're now all on the same time now that with the time change. So I think there might have been some confusion, but we're all on the same time now. And we'll take a look, and we are seeing that it's going to be a fairly light calendar day. You can see we have Bank of England mortgage lending approvals. Those will be at the bottom of the hour. And then we do have Eurozone business climate at the top of this next hour. Of course, this is all mixed up with a whole bunch of other countries, but that's going to be it. I don't think we have anything even when we move into the States. No, we don't, that I see here. So we'll move this out of the way. And then we'll also go and take a look where we stand with some of the other currencies initially, and then we'll move into the analysis. As I mentioned, the focus of the webinar is now going to move more towards just straight up technicals versus, reading a couple of stories that sometimes offer something, sometimes they really don't offer much of anything. So that's going to be more of a move towards, like I said, straight up technical analysis, the levels in the webinar. We'll obviously go over the calendar. There was nothing to harbor out of the calendar, but as I mentioned, that's going to be more of our move here. It's just focusing straight up on the technicals of these markets. Let's go on and take a look where we stand here with just a quick take a look here with the euro. We're still hovering near these lows. Cable just a little bit stronger overall. Aussie, same thing, just a tad bit stronger. Obviously, with the start of the week, we have a pretty big move about. We did get a big move in the equities. Hedge fund of sorts had blown up and was under a lot of trouble, and there was a lot of liquidation, which had pushed the market back. But then we came back and with a vengeance on Friday, and we'll go in and take a look where we're standing right now with the equities. And you can see here, we did go in and open up a little bit flat in the Sunday session, and then from there we started working lower. We actually took a quick little dip down here, and we've recovered. Now kind of just kind of a little bit all over the map in here. But you can see here we just steadily worked ourselves lower, had a break here which followed and came down here into the VWAP, same day VWAP on the RTH on Friday. That's where they found support, actually just a little bit lower. They regathered themselves, made this move up here, and hence that's where we're at right now. But as you can see, we saw quite the powerful move off of those lows Friday afternoon. You can see that right here. And let's just go and extend this. Not sure that's not. And we'll just take a quick look where the S&Ps are at. Also pull back, kind of jumping back up here again. 39.42. And as y'all probably know, they did go in and get the ship refloated. So crude oil has come off. Was off more than $1. Now only off 76 cents. Just happen to have it right here. There we are in the May crude. And I've only focused on that because of the whipsaws we get. Actually on a 4-hour. And generally I only look at it on a 2-hour, but crude oil, same thing. It's just like the bonds. Sometimes you can't make a hill of beans Unless you're looking at a much more larger time frame, I think you can see things set up more evenly using it on a hourly 4 hour chart. I do have it on a much shorter time frame, like I think it's a 5 and a 30 minute here. Hold on. But with that, we're going to go on and move into the, and we'll take a quick look, see where Bitcoin is at. Still holding up in here at the 56,000 mark. We did get that break low, but I thought we were going to even break even further down into the 49. So, but we did get it lower. Came down to almost to 50,000. Let's see, the low was 50,200. So I was off by 1,200 because I thought we'd get down to 49,000. And they might even poke their nose just a little bit below. So wasn't too far off, although we've rebounded, but I still would have thought we could have dipped down to 49. With that, we're going to move into the analysis. And just bear with me while we get this set up. So let's go and start off with the euro dollar. And we'll open this up, actually. I think we can get a little bit better idea where things are at by doing that. So the euro held the weekly support level of 1770, and we had that last week as a key support. We were looking potentially for this market to dip down to 1754 on Friday, but that was a key weekly level there. Held the weekly support level of 1770 and saw it with a minor bounce on Friday. Resistance for the week will be 1943 with support at 1742. So if we do go and get a little bit of a dip moving lower here, we are looking for that to be supported right there at 1742. And once again, resistance. Let's go back to this. Mm. 1943. Moving on to the cable. Cable found support at the weekly level of 3687. You can see that right there. Posted a small hammer on the weekly chart. Resistance will be 3892 with support at 3661. And we'll take a little bit further look at that. Let's see, 3661. and resistance at 38.92. And we'll take a look at this on a weekly. You can see here, not bad too. Off of that support, that 36.87. And we're seeing a little bit of a follow through on that this morning. And so potentially we're looking for a move up to 38.92. Immediate resistance right here is going to be right there, which is actually where we're at, 38.11. But if we do get a little bit of a pushback, that could potentially get us up to 38.92. And that's what we're looking for. It might be a little bit ambitious at this point. I guess ahead of that, and we're right there, would be the old 38.53. And then after that would be 38.92. So let's go on and tag that. And then 92. With that, we'll go and move into the Aussie dollar. So the Aussie saw a muted rebound on Friday to close above the three prior sessions. You can see that right here. 1, 2, 3. Close above those three prior. Resistance to start the week will be 76.68 with support at 75.79. And moving on to the Kiwi. Kiwi, after a large downdraft, posted a small rally on Friday. Resistance on Monday will be 70.42 with support at 69.52. Bear with me. Now we'll move on to the dollar CAD. So the dollar CAD closed marginally lower on Friday following a strong week, obviously pretty solid week as we went into as a result. Resistance from the last week remains at 26.17 with support on a pullback at 25.26. We might see an extra little bit of a boost here. The thought is that now with the ship unstuck, that we'll see crude oil come off, and that could hurt the Canadian dollar, which would obviously help the dollar CAD. So we'll see what happens. And actually, we did move it from 26.17 to 26.20. So we'll leave it here at the 26.20 and 25.26. But I think things are changing here because of the because of the whatchamacall. We'll go and leave this 25.48 because now with the ship and stuck, the thought is that the Canadian will weaken because, as a result of the crude oil being weaker. Move on to the dollar peso. The dollar peso has been all over the map over the prior week. Support to start the week will be at 20.42 with resistance at 20.70. Well, we're already at just a little bit above 20.70. And let's go and move on to the dollar yen. And we'll move this to the weekly chart. So the dollar yen closed above the weekly level of 9.57. We'd been eyeing that for about 3 weeks, and it didn't look like it was going to get there, and it finally made it at the end of the week. Thursday was pretty solid also, so that opened the door for us to get to 9.57. We did get above that. Stopping at the weekly wick of 9.84. You can see that right here. Okay, actually move that over. There we go. So the dollar yen closed above the weekly level of 9.57, stopping at the weekly wick of 9.84. Next resistance is going to be a weekly wick of 10.07, 10.06. Support will be 9.11. So let's go and get that in place. Onto the cash dollar index. The dollar index closed a week slightly above 92.68. The pair looks a bit stretched and is open to pairing back to pick up some new bulls. Support on Monday would be 92.35 with resistance at 92.98. Although we're starting up a little bit stronger here. And support's going to be 92.35. Okay. Let's go into the cross rates. Indices are moving right now. Hard to keep track of other stuff and do this. Hang on a moment. Okay, the Kiwi Yen posted a solid rebound on Friday with some short covering. Resistance on Monday will be 77.13 with support at 76.37. Onto the Euro Pound. We'll take a look at this on the weekly level. The Euro Pound remains stuck in the mud. Friday, the pair managed to hold above the weekly support level of 83.51 or 85.31. Support to start the week will be 85.08 with resistance at 85.83. So 85.08. 85.83 on the upside. Onto the Euro odd. The Euro odd broke lower on Friday from 58.47. And yeah, actually, this got transposed. Should be from 54.87. Placing new bulls. Updating that correctly. Broke low on Friday from 54.87, placing new bulls under pressure. Support on Monday will be 53.87 with support with resistance at the same 54.87. So 53.87 on the downside. And 54.87 on the upside. Onto the Euro Kiwi. The Euro Kiwi in the past week rallied to the 70 cent level before fading. The pair will find support at 68.01. You can see that here with resistance at 69.06. So support to be expected at 68.01, 69.06. Next is the Aussie Yen. The Aussie Yen posted a solid short covering rebound on Friday. You can see that there. Resistance will be 84.12 with support at 83.36. Next is the Guppy. The Guppy recovered at the end of the prior week with consecutive solid days. Resistance on Monday will be 51.71 with support at 50.74. And lastly, with the sterling odd. The sterling odd is all over the map. The pair managed to close above the resistance of 80.36 Thursday, only to fall back on Friday. Support on Monday will be 80.09 with resistance at 80.84. And there's the bias chart. We'll take a look where gold is at. Nothing happening with gold. We're just in the lower end and we've been stuck there. And we really haven't done anything for literally about almost a couple of weeks. We've just been trading this area, but we're in the lower end. And we've talked about this. There's a potential for this market to continue to go on and break lower. It simply hasn't done anything. We talked about Bitcoin having stolen its thunder. Take a look at what we stand here with crude oil. The market did pare back a little bit after the news about the unstuck ship, but we're kind of popping right back up. And it's been an up and down affair. If you look at it, down, then up, then down, then up, and then a little bit of a pare back this morning, but we'll see how that market settles itself. And then just taking a quick look at where the S&Ps are at, still relatively close to its highs. And we are expecting a volatile week with end of the quarter, as well as a shortened trading week. Taking a look at the NASDAQ, same here. But nowhere near close to highs, but we have had a pretty volatile move on Friday. Taking a quick look at copper. Copper's just hasn't done much either after it saw that pullback, but the demand is still there, especially with the backdrop of potential infrastructure. And as the economy comes back, we're still seeing pretty strong demand in housing. And with that, we'll go on and get the bias chart posted, and we'll take a look real quick where the 10-year's at. Still holding a little bit towards those low ends. And that'll be it. And we'll go on and get that posted, and we'll see you in the chat room.